Howdy, hi friends. Welcome back to my channel. Look at this fun little hat. I have an assortment of colors and I figured, well, might as well find a time to wear them. Anywho, today, happy Pride. Where's my fan? Clack, clack. This one's stiff though. Ooh, yeah, that was nice and loud. Bam. Happy Pride, friends. No, I just broke it. So for today, we're going to do a nice little, let's talk about some gay drama. Should they break up? We have a post with two guys and one of them is unsure if they should stay together. And then I'll probably throw in a little bonus story at the end, but it'll be a little shorter this week because I'll be running my mouth. But with that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know next time I upload a video. And let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. Not what I just said. Ha! Story number 1. Okay, so we have my boyfriend, a 24-year-old male, has a breakdown, okay? Breakdown. Whenever I, male 23, ask him to get a job or to go to school. Y'all already know what I'm about to say, but let's get into it. Hi. Hello. Long story short, I'm starting nursing school in the fall. I've been extremely overwhelmed and frustrated because I have so much going on. Girl, same. My relationship is currently adding to my overwhelm. He's very emotionally needy, hate it, and doesn't respect my need for space. He's also 24, doesn't have a job, and refuses to go to college, so he's bored and wants me to fill up his empty time. I told him, hey, go get a job, go to school, do something to enhance your life and prepare for a future. But whenever I do, he has a breakdown. Or whenever I do that, he has a breakdown. Saying how everything and everyone is out to get him. Oh, no. I'm gonna finish this sentence real quick. Everyone is out to get him and how he can't go to school because I beg your finest pardon. Because he doesn't have the time? You about to have me cussing up a storm. If I do, bleep him out. What the fuck? I'm trying to be good. No. Let's start back with the first paragraph where you say he's very emotionally needy, which is always very taxing for a partner. If you have someone that is an anxious attachment style and they kind of like claw on and it's like, I need to be involved in everything and I want to know everything because they have anxiety about their attachment, that is for them to work on. And sometimes when you love them, you're like, I give grace to the situation as they figure out this thing. But like, I understand how that's very taxing in a relationship. And doesn't respect my need for space. And that's the issue where it's like, for me, that's the issue issue number 1. Because it's like, oh, yes, I do have this bad habit of being emotionally anxious, however, or emotionally attached. But that is for me to deal with. So if my partner's asking for space, I could take it personally or I could recognize, no, I usually do that. So I would challenge myself. I'd go to therapy to make sure that I'm working towards holding up my part in the relationship where it's like me figuring out my problems so it doesn't make everything worse. That's what a caring partner would do. Like, I know this is my thing. Give me grace for this and I'm working on this, right? That's how you can work through that. The fact that I'm assuming that he lives with you because is mommy and daddy paying for an apartment? Who's to say? The fact that this bitch had the audacity to say he doesn't have time when he doesn't have a job and he's not going to school. And like, school isn't for everyone. Or I shouldn't say college isn't for everyone, but also trade schools are great, right? And that's a shorter amount of time. And even if it was like, I'm going to be trying to start my own, it's something, anything, literally anything, something that will occupy your time, especially because it's you're expecting your partner to fill that for you when they themselves, assuming have a job and might be leaving it, I guess, to go to nursing school. And so this person is just taking and taking and taking. And for them to cry when you're like, I need you to get a job or to have something in your life to make you happy, they break down to everyone. Oh, I hate this. Everyone's against me and the world hates me and woe is me. Yeah. Hey, ain't nobody care about you. Ain't nobody got the time to be spending it on some miserable buffoon criminal. Moving on. Back when I was less busy, this didn't bother me. But now that I'm actually working for a future, it gets on my nerves. I can't even have a conversation about it without him sobbing. Not the sobbing. Turn off the waterworks, Cinderella. Not Cinderella. I don't want to use that. Who's a Cinderella's stepsister? And telling me he isn't good enough. Yeah, you're not. You're not contributing to my life. All you do is add stress. You don't have a job, so you're not helping with the income. You don't have a future because you don't decide to do anything that would further your ability to get a job. You're a waste of space in my life right now. You're not a waste of space on this planet, from what I know about you. But you're a waste of space here. You're not good enough because I'm out here doing stuff and you're not. And that's cool, but we in two separate places. It's not the kind of work that I'm doing, but like being a nurse is great. It's the fact that I want something and I need a partner that matches that. And you're not there. That's it. That's the end of the conversation. I just want him to do something. Look, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, babes. I don't care what it is. I know you're like, shoe shine, 9 to 5. Come on, do something. Hell, he could volunteer and I'd be okay with it. Yeah, he's definitely living with you. But he needs to do something. I've approached this with compassion, with being more firm, with asking why he doesn't want to get a job or go to college and trying to understand. It always ends up with me comforting him and reassuring him while he cries. See, that can't be me. I'd be like, why are you crying for? Now, this the West Indian in me. Like, what are you crying about? What do you have to cry about? Ow. Be like, I need comfort. Well, you gonna get that from someone else. Get out of my house, you little leech. Even when I'm tired and don't have it in me. Hey, what the hell do I do? You leave it. And it just really grinds my gears. I'm like, what do I do? You know what you should do. You need to leave his ass. Other than this glaring issue, our relationship is mostly healthy. This man is emotionally manipulating you. Driving you insane, making you do backflips to accommodate his shortcomings. And you're like, but other than that major part and sees other issues that are also connected, it's a great relationship. Just say y'all have good sex and like stop lying. Other than his over-reliance on my reassurance and comfort. But that's another issue entirely. I will also add in gay dating is one of the worst things ever. It is a terrible experience. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. So I'm sure there's a part of him that's like, I don't want to go back into the dating pool because how toxic and like how hurtful it can be sometimes. Being single is better than being in that part. It's okay to be single. It's okay to be single and wait. I'm talking to myself right now, and I'm talking to you, maybe, if the shoe fits. Okay. It always makes me feel horrible whenever I ask him to do something. Why? And he ends up crying. Look, you and this crying thing. Put on some sunglasses. Close your eyes. I love him, and I don't want. I love him, and I don't want him to hate himself. But I don't even think he hates himself. I think he's playing you for a damn fool. Okay? Crying and hating himself. But I see no forward momentum. I want to build a life with someone. Yes, not have someone leech off me while they remain jobless and I pay all the bills. Also, this is happening in the early 20s. He got real comfortable real fast. Okay? Nah, you trying to deal with it till death do us part? And people are living longer these days too. You trying to put up with this for what? 60, 80 more years? For me, it's a no. And it feels like I can't communicate this to him without him freaking out and sobbing. I think that in itself is very telling. How do I have an issue with my partner and I can't resolve it because they will turn to something, they're opposed to having the conversation and they're going to use tactics to get out of having a necessary conversation. How do you build a life with someone like that? Spoiler alert, you can't. The elf is getting real. Or was I a gnome? I don't know. All right, edit. I'm going to break up with him. Well, praise the Lord. I was already leaning towards that before posting this. Now I have my confirmation. Thank you, guys. You shouldn't have. You did not need to post this on Reddit, Preston. I'm glad you did because now I have a story, but you didn't need to post on Reddit to like understand. First comment says, I love posts like these. My relationship is perfect in every way except, and then lists off major issues that demonstrate disrespect and incompatibility on a day-to-day level. That part, like a day-to-day level, consistent issue. And it hasn't gotten better, even though this is the 100th time we have the conversation. So what's the definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing and expecting a different result? That. You crazy too. Go to therapy. Both of y'all. For different reasons, though. You're dating a child, not yet an adult. It's okay with that. Stay. If you're okay with that, stay. If you're not, throw them back into the sea. Yeah, and also, you're young. You're both young. He'll survive. What Gloria Gaynor say? I will survive. Oh, okay. All right, we'll read a few more comments. Forget the second story. We just doing this. Our relationship is really great, except someone else said that too. Does he at least handle majority of the household chores? Someone commented, said, I don't think they live together. Okay, so I was wrong. How would he be paying for his half of the utilities? Girl, you ain't never hear about someone called a freeloader? Doesn't work or do anything. He might still live at home with his parents. Oh, I didn't even consider that. Yeah, that might be true. Edit. Never mind. OP said in a separate comment that he lives with him. Okay, so I did call it right. See, I know what's up. See this? And what's your name? Peace, please? Yeah, that's why. You two, your head is too much in the clouds. Peace, please. You always want peace. Peace ain't always the answer. Sometimes you gotta let know. Whew. Yeah, so I'm glad you decided to leave. I am shocked that, you had to question it in any way, shape, or form. I guess that's what love does to you. It makes you... What am I talking about? Listen, we've all been in situations where you really like someone and you know the answer is to leave, but you're like, maybe. And it's always the hope. You always hope for the person that they could be. You maybe have seen glimpses of, well, at least for me, that was my excuse. I'm like, I could see him because he was like this before. You had never had no proof. This man was jobless before you knew him. He was jobless while you're with him. He gonna be jobless after you leave. I don't know what tripped you up. It was the sex. Come on, just say it. Nah, come on. Mercy. Well, with that, friends, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Don't forget to like the video. Share if you care. Share if you care. What is this? And I'll see you soon. Bye.